Hello friends, this video is a brief argument about the risks associated with following monotheism compared to following atheism, agnosticism or polytheism. So these risks are associated with afterlife. Well, before we begin, I would like to request you to kindly consider this video as a humble invitation to you to use your human intellect to decide what's logical and what's not. This video is not intended to sow discord between followers of different ideologies, nor it is aimed at belittling one another. Okay, now, monotheism, as we all know, is a belief where it is believed that there is only one God and there are no associated partners with him. So now let's go ahead and see the other beliefs. First, let's have a look at atheism. So atheists, as we all know, believe that there is no God. They claim that there is no concrete scientific proof of God's existence. So they believe that the universe and everything that it contains came to being by chance or on its own. Okay, well, there are many counter arguments against this ideology. One of them is the fact that there is no proof of God's non-existence either, meaning no one can prove scientifically that God does not exist. So basically, the chances of atheism being correct are actually 50-50. So what is the risk in being an atheist compared to being a monotheist? So let's say, for the sake of argument, if atheism turns out to be true, then an atheist will not face any consequence after his death. Okay, this is good. But same will be the case with the monotheist. He as well will not face any consequence, as there will be no God. Now let us look at the other side of the coin. What if atheism is not the correct belief and God exists? In that case, an atheist will be in big trouble after death. The irony would be that he would not be able to even come back to life to correct his belief. Remember, there are no second chances when it comes to life. A monotheist, on the other hand, will be safe even in this scenario as well. So we can understand clearly that an atheist is at big risk compared to a monotheist. Now let's analyze the case of agnosticism. Agnosticism, friends, is an ideology wherein it is believed that the existence of God is unknown or unknowable. Followers of agnosticism claim that human reason is incapable of providing sufficient rational grounds to justify either the existence or the non-existence of God. So they say God may or may not exist. Without going into many counter arguments against agnosticism, let's look at the risks involved in following agnosticism. So similar to the case of an atheist, let's say if God does not exist, then an agnostic will not face any consequences after his death. Also, in this case, a monotheist will not face any consequence as well. But what if God exists? Well, in that case, an agnostic will be in trouble after death, because he didn't believe in the existence of God. A monotheist, on the other hand, will be safe even in this scenario. So, again, an agnostic, same as an atheist, is also at a huge risk, whereas a monotheist is safer in both the scenarios. Finally, let's have a look at the case of polytheism. Polytheists are those people who believe in multiple gods. They say that there is one supreme God, and along with him, there are multiple associated partners. So polytheists have different gods for different things, like God of power, God of wealth, etc. And they worship different gods for their different respective needs. And also, there are many counter arguments against polytheism. Some of them include the question such as, how does one know that there are many gods? Is there a revelation from the Supreme God in this regard? Did the Supreme God command the humans to worship the other smaller gods? Okay, well, now let's have a look at the risks involved in following polytheism. So even if polytheism is a correct belief, for example, and multiple gods do exist, then after death, a polytheist may still face question from the Supreme God regarding his worship of other smaller gods. The Supreme God might ask him, why did he worship other gods when the Supreme God himself did not command him to do so? In this case, a polytheist cannot answer and cannot justify himself. A monotheist, on the other hand, can justify himself before the Supreme God, even if other smaller gods exist. And the second possibility is that polytheism is wrong and only one God exists. And in this case, a polytheist will be doomed after death, because he has been worshipping fake gods all his life and he left the Supreme God. But a monotheist will be safe again, because he was worshipping only one God. Hence again, it can be safely said that a polytheist is at a very huge risk, whereas a monotheist is safe in both the scenarios. So the gist of it, friends, is that even intellectually, following monotheism is the safest approach for us humans. Some people argue that being a monotheist will imply that we would need to follow the commands of God. Well, we say, what's wrong in that? God only commands us to do good things. He commands us to be good human beings, not to cheat, not to lie, not to drink, not to fornicate. He commands us to help the poor, the needy, to be clean and healthy, to respect parents and elders, etc. These are all good things. These are all good human values. Finally, my friends, if these arguments make sense to you, then I would suggest you to seek guidance from God. Just sincerely ask Him once at least to guide you to His way. You could just say, like, oh God, please guide me to your path, wherever it is and whatever it is. This is the minimum that your soul deserves from you. Please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Goodbye.